Hello, church. Hello, everyone who's watching us right now, here at the official page of Lagro United Methodist Church Philippines. Welcome to our segment, Hymns from the Heart.
Hello, everyone. Yes, here we are going to feature church hymns and sacred songs with the heartwarming stories behind them and the inspiring stories of the men and women who wrote them.
So that they may not remain as mere hymns we have learned to sing in church, but as hymns from the heart. This is Tito Arnel.
And this is Levi.
Join us in this segment, Hymns from the Heart. Ang feature song natin for today is about love. Isang pag-ibig na hindi nang iiwan. Pag-ibig na hindi paasa. Pag-ibig na di ka bibiguin. Pag-ibig na hindi bumibitaw at hindi ka bibitiwan o pakakawalan o hahayaang mawala.
Wait lang, Tito A. Hymn parang ba yung sinasabi mo? Parang puro hugot naman yan eh.
Oo naman. Hymn ito. At ang title ng hymn na ito ay O Love That Will Not Let Me Go. O Pag-ibig na di ako bibitiwan. Ito ay awit na nagbibigay ng diin sa walang hanggan at unconditional love ni God. Isinulat ito ng isang pastor, si Reverend George Matheson. Si Pastor George ay nagsimula as an assistant pastor in 1866. His first ministry began in 1868 at Ireland, Scotland at nag-serve siya doon ng 18 years. May mga isinulat siyang libro tulad ng Aids to the Study of German Theology, Can the Old Faith Live with the New? And another one yung The Growth of the Spirit of Christianity from the First Century to the Dawn of the Lutheran Era. These books established his reputation as a liberal and spiritually minded theologian. Queen Victoria herself invited him to preach at Balmoral. The Queen had his sermon on Job published. In 1886, he moved in Edinburgh where he became a pastor of a big church with 2,000 members, the St. Bernard's Parish Church in Stockbridge, for 13 years, of which his chief work was preaching. But what was really amazing about Reverend Matheson is that he became totally blind at age 22.
15 years old siya nung unang ma-diagnose ang kanyang sakit sa mata na maaaring mag-cause ng total blindness. Pero hindi siya nasiraan ng loob kaya nag-enroll pa rin siya sa University of Glasgow at nakapagtapos nung 19 years old siya. Nagpatuloy siya sa theological studies, but it was then when he became totally blind. His 3 sisters became his tutors to help him go through his ordeal. Kahit pakinilangan nilang matuto ng Hebrew, Greek, at Latin, matulungan lang nila yung brother nila. At dahil sa kanilang pagtitiyaga, natapos niya ang kanyang theological studies at nakapag-serve siya bilang pastor. Pero, paano niya ba nasulat ang hymn na ito?
40 years old na siya nang naisulat niya ang words ng hymn na ito at araw yun ng kasal ng kanyang kapatid. Sabi niya, and I quote, My hymn was composed in the manse of Fenelon on the evening of June 6, 1882. I was at that time alone. It was the day of my sister's marriage, and the rest of my family were staying overnight in Glasgow. Something that happened to me which was known only to myself, and which caused me the most severe mental suffering. The hymn was the fruit of that suffering. It was the quickest beat of work I ever did in my life. I had the impression of having it dictated to me by some inward voice than of working it out myself. I am quite sure that the whole work was completed in 5 minutes, and equally sure that it never received at my hands any retouching or correction. I have no natural gift of rhythm. All the other verses I have written are manufactured articles. This came like a dayspring from on high. I have never been able to gain once more the same fervor in verse.
Severe mental suffering? Ano kaya yun? Parang hindi niya gustong i-reveal kung ano talaga ang dahilan ng kanyang severe mental suffering. Yung pagkabulag kaya niya? Actually, may sinasabi yung mga nakakakilala sa kanya na tunay na dahilan ng sinasabi niyang hinagpis na kanyang naranasan. Ang kanyang love story. At nung araw ng kasal ng kanyang kapatid, nagbalik sa kanya lahat ng memories. He was engaged to Mary's girlfriend before he went blind. But when he found out that he developed an eye disease and there was a possibility that he would become totally blind, he talked to her fiancé and told her everything. He gave her a chance to decide if she would still continue on with the wedding as planned. His fiancée decided to back out from their wedding plans, telling him that she couldn't see herself going through life married to a blind man.
Madison remained unmarried. That severe mental suffering inspired him to write this hymn, O Love That Will Not Let Me Go. The hymn celebrates the constancy of God's love, love that will not let me go, light that follows all my way, joy that seekest me through the pain. It concludes by celebrating life that shall endless be. According to Richard Neil Donovan, nung nabasa niya ang iba't ibang accounts ng story ni Madison, isa lang ang masasabi niya. Ang himnong ito ay naging bunga ng kapighatian. Sabi pa niya, may aral ito para sa atin. Lahat tayo ay dumadanas ng suffering, heartbreak, disappointment, or disability sa isang punto ng buhay natin. Ang magiging kaibahan lang ay ang ating magiging response sa ating sitwasyon. Titigil ba tayong mabuhay o gagamitin natin iyong inspirasyon para mapaunlad ang ating buhay? Suffering is not a stumbling block, but a stepping stone for the glory of God.
Albert Peace, organist and editor of a journal called The Scottish Hymnal, composed the tune Saint Margaret that is associated with the hymn. His experience was amazingly like that of Madison. The music came to him quickly, and he was able to develop the tune in only 5 minutes. And with that, with no further ado, let us lift our hearts together to sing our featured hymn for today, O Love That Will Not Let Me Go.
O love that will not let me go, I rest my weary soul in thee. I give thee back the life I owe, that in thine ocean depths its flow may richer, fuller be. O light that followest on my way, I yield my flickering torch to thee. My heart restores its borrowed ray, that
Thank you for joining us today. This has been Tito Arnel.
And Levy here, and this is Hymns from the Heart, a production of the Communications and Web Ministry of Lagur United Methodist Church.